Hey, what's up? Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher, Michigan. Welcome to my channel. We're talking about books, kids, and reading. Today we're talking about 10 of the picture books that I read during the month of February. If you're new here, subscribe because I'll be back with one of these every month, along with other awesome videos. I hope they're awesome. First book that I want to talk about that I read, and I will try to remember to put a list of all of these books down in the description so you don't have to take notes. The Other Side, Woodson Lewis. I've read this book every year that I've taught. It's phenomenal. It's wonderful. It's heartbreaking, important, everything that we need in a book. You can just see from the cover. Yeah, you need to read this book. The discussions that it leads to, the things that have gone on in this country, the things that are going on today in this country, the things that are going on in the world. This book it's just really important and really awesome. The Other Side, one of my favorites. Sticking with the E.B. Lewis, Preaching to the Chickens, the story of John Lewis. You know, it's just one of the most amazing humans in our country, John Lewis, and the way that he got his start. I love when kids can read about famous people, significant people, people who have impacted our world and what they were like as kids and how what they did as kids led to who they are as adults. And John Lewis, Preaching to the Chickens in his yard, absolutely phenomenal. Grew up to be one of the most important people in the history of this country. Preaching with the Chickens, story of young John Lewis. Next up, The Field. Have you read this book? It's just awesome. So it's about these kids and they just want to go play soccer, and it's just so cool. And it's got just really beautiful, vivid illustrations. It's just a beautiful story about these kids growing up and just with a passion to play the game that they love. It's awesome. It's beautiful. You should read it. It's really good. How to Apologize. So I live in the state of Michigan. Go Green. And the other team, not the Michigan State team, but the other team this month had a coach punch the other coach. And then he had at a post-game press conference, he gave like the worst apology ever. And, you know, all the kids were talking about it. And so we you know, instead of just talking about basketball, which would be fun, we started talking about apologizing and what it looks like to give a good apology and what is a bad apology and when is apology not even an apology, but it's an excuse. And just, you know, so we read this book, teaches you how to apologize, teaches you what a sincere apology is, shows you what an apology is not, shows you what an apology is. You know, so if any coaches in Ann Arbor are curious how to apologize, well, let me know. Read your book. All right, next up, this is a super fun one, Not Enough Lollipops. This girl wins the prize of all of these lollipops. There's like this prize of all these lollipops. And she's so excited because she wins all of them. But then, as you can imagine, everyone wants a lollipop. Like everyone comes from all over wanting to get lollipops, and she's worried she's not going to have enough lollipops, as you can see by the title. It's a really fun. The kids were way into it. I had a lot of energy that day, and I was way into the read aloud. It was really fun. Not enough lollipops. Oh my gosh! Oh, Gibberish. This is a new picture book, brand new. This boy comes to the country by plane. By boat, and then by bus, right? He's being bused to school. But when he gets there, like he doesn't speak the language, and this is what he sees is gibberish. And it isn't until, you know, school, can't understand what the teacher's saying, can't understand what the kids are saying. They're speaking gibberish. You have this beautiful way that the author uses color in the book to show just him the character not understanding, and then just a friend comes along. It's got these beautiful scenes where a friend kind of helps the character with that. But it's really, really good. And check out the end papers. I mean, everything about this book is awesome. Gibberish. You should read it. Next up, one of my favorite picture book biographies, Above the Rim, How Elgin Baylor Changed Basketball. As someone who's a huge sports fan, right? This is the second time we've talked about basketball in this video. Like 6 books in. I had no idea Elgin Baylor's impact on the game of basketball and the story of Elgin refusing to play in a basketball game because he was unable to stay in the same hotel as his teammates and eat at the same restaurant as his white teammates, and how his protest led to an immediate change in the NBA. Really phenomenal story of a phenomenal man. Next up is the latest in the Elephant and Piggy like books. Jared and Jerome, you probably know them from This Is a Boat and This Is a Truck. This book is so funny. In all of them, the illustrator draws the author illustrator, and then Mo Willems as kind of like their characters. It's really fun. So this one is just hilarious about these like really excited characters who are starting a club, and they all bring something different to the club. I'll show you a picture. It's really, really fun. I read it to my 5th graders, so you might think, oh, that's a great book for younger readers. It is. My 5th graders couldn't get enough. Next up, Stacey Abrams, Stacey's Extraordinary Words, story of Stacey Abrams and the spelling bee, and a kid who was kind of mean to her, and how she really wanted to win the spelling bee, and what happened with that, and what happened with kindness, and how we treat other people, how that impacts the world and our legacies. So Stacey's Extraordinary Words, really fun. Oh, I gotta show you the inside of the book, I'm sorry. Oh, here's a beautiful picture of her with some of the words that she loves. And then finally, Christian Robinson's another. I really have no idea what's going on in this book, but I love it, and the kids love it, and listen to them kind of talk about it. But this cat comes, if you haven't read it, into the bedroom and through a portal. And there's like 2 cats, and then they go through the portal, and then all this weird stuff happens. It's just kind of flip it. And you have to like turn the book, and you see like mirror. It's just wild. I have no idea what it's about or what's going on, but it's fun. And it leads to great discussion, and it's a beautiful, magical, wonderful book. So these are the books. I will put that description down below. Let me know also if you read any great books lately or what you're hoping to read. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.